My name is Linda Chavez, and I never imagined I would face my own mortality at the peak of a burgeoning career in tech entrepreneurship. With a mind deeply rooted in logic and innovation, I often dismissed the abstract notions of spirituality and destiny as little more than idle musings. But early in 2024, a severe allergic reaction to a medication caught me in its grasp, leading me to an experience that has irreversibly altered my understanding of life, purpose, and the universe we inhabit. It was a mild afternoon in San Diego, the kind of day where the sun bathes everything in a golden glow. I was comfortably ensconced in my office, reviewing the latest updates on our AI project and eagerly outlining goals that felt both ambitious and exhilarating. Technology was my world, my refuge, a vast expanse of potential waiting to be tapped. Yet, amid the hum of computers and the enthusiasm of my team, a sudden spell of dizziness overcame me. My heart stuttered in my chest, a sensation so foreign and alarming that I barely had time to comprehend it. In those fleeting moments, everything that felt solid began to slip away. I remember thinking about the sheer unpredictability of life, how it can pivot on the edge of a needle without warning. That ordinary afternoon, in the cocoon of familiarity and plans for the future, I was thrust into an encounter that has reshaped everything I thought I knew. It started with a sharp inhale that seemed to stretch on forever, leading me into a realm beyond the tangible, poised at the brink of existence. The world around me slipped away as swiftly as tides retreating from the shore. I found myself outside my own body, suspended in an uncanny stillness above the hospital bed. Below, a flurry of urgent activity unfolded. Doctors and nurses, their faces lined with determination and dread, moved in a choreographed rhythm around my motionless form. Yet despite the chaos, there was an absence of fear. Where trepidation should have surged, an inexplicable serenity enveloped me. I saw the monitors flash numbers and lines that spoke volumes to those in white coats, and though I could no longer hear their voices, an understanding bloomed within me. I was in a place beyond earthly fear or pain. The room seemed to dissolve, the sterile white walls fading, giving way to an existence bathed in a light more vibrant than any I could have imagined. It was as if I'd stepped into a living tapestry of shimmering threads of gold and silver, each pulsating with warmth and welcome. As I followed the pull of this radiant expanse, every worry, every doubt I carried was stripped away. Floating, I felt lighter than I ever had on earth, unburdened by gravity or grief. This light was alive, pulsing with a rhythm that matched the beating of a universal heart. It was as if I had been carried to the cusp of a grand revelation, where harmony sang in colors, and truth emerged as an unspoken promise. Yet the journey had only just begun, a gentle beckoning toward a realm of boundless peace and understanding. As I drifted further into the luminescent expanse, a figure began to emerge from the very essence of the light, a presence both majestic and profoundly comforting. It was as though every radiant thread converged to form this being, shimmering with an intensity of love and wisdom that transcended earthly comprehension. My heart knew it before my mind could comprehend. This was no ordinary encounter. Yet the figure was not confined to any singular form or visage. It seemed to be a synthesis of all that was good and true, embodying a quiet power and boundless compassion. I felt completely enveloped in an unyielding embrace of pure understanding, a connection so deep and personal that it bypassed words and logic. This presence was both intimately familiar and gloriously new. There was no fear, only an instinctive recognition that I was in the presence of something, someone, divine. Linda, the figure's voice resonated not in my ears but within the core of my being, a melody that echoed with ancient truths and gentle purpose. You've come seeking more than you realize, and there is much to be revealed to you. I felt as though the universe itself leaned forward to listen. In that moment, a cascade of realizations flowed through me, each unveiling layers of understanding about my life, my work, and the interconnectedness of all things. It was a revelation unburdened by the constraints of time or limitation, expanding my consciousness beyond its earthly bounds. Every question I had ever asked found its place within this vast mosaic of truth and insight. It was as if I were seeing the blueprint of life itself, interwoven with threads of intention, love, and unity. My every doubt, my past missteps, and my future fears seemed to dissipate in the light of this understanding. I realized that my work in technology, once viewed through the limited scope of innovation alone, was part of a much larger tapestry. This celestial guide seemed to convey that each choice, each algorithm, should be imbued with intention and mindfulness. The technology I cherished could be a conduit for empathy, a platform for uniting hearts across miles. The figure's presence was like a mirror reflecting my potential and purpose, illuminating the vast capabilities to foster good, yet cautioning against blind ambition and ethical neglect. I felt an urge to rethink the legacy of my creations, the impact of my work on the world and its people. This journey is a gift for you to share. The presence intoned, a call resonant with an energy that ignited a spark deep within me. What you will see and experience, it is not yours alone. It is meant to guide the transformation of many. With that, the sense of timelessness faded, and the light around us began to shift once more, setting the stage for visions yet to unfold. The light around us shimmered like a dance of 1,000 stars, and within this celestial choreography, I felt my consciousness expand. The figure's voice echoed softly within my being. Witness now what could unfold if we embrace the paths of light and intention. As those words resonated, the space began to transform, revealing a vision of our world as it could be, a world where technology and spirit walked hand in hand. Before me, scenes materialized like intricate paintings moving with life. I saw bustling cities, yet they were unlike any I'd known. The sky was clear, as though the breath of nature itself had purified the air. People moved with tranquil purpose, their faces alight not with the familiar strain of modern life, but with genuine connection and joy. It was a vision of society functioning at its highest potential, where technology facilitated harmony rather than discord. In one scene, I watched as a family gathered around a table, not isolated by screens, but using them to share in real time with loved ones scattered across the globe. Technology had become a bridge, not a barrier, fostering a profound sense of community that transcended distance and time zones. This harmony was echoed in the broader tapestry of society. Cities thrived with networks of green spaces nurtured by innovations that honored rather than harmed the earth. Another shift in the vision, a classroom where children learned not just algorithms and codes, but empathy and cooperation. Technology here served as a tool for nurturing understanding, enabling them to explore not only the virtual but the virtuous. It was a new pedagogy, one in which the heart and mind were allies in the quest for knowledge. Then, like ripples across a pond, I witnessed innovations in healthcare that prioritized wellness over profit, using technology to heal with unprecedented precision and compassion. Hospitals transformed into sanctuaries where the spirit was as tended to as the body, where technology augmented the healer's art, not replaced it. As I absorbed these revelations, a realization unfurled within me, a luminous truth bearing both hope and responsibility. The potential for technology to uplift humanity was bound only by the integrity and intentions of those who steered its course. The wise figure's presence hovered beside me, imbuing these images with a profound clarity. This vision was not a distant fantasy, but a feasible future resting upon the choices we make today. And then, as the luminescence dimmed slightly, I understood the role I was to play. A custodian of this vision, entrusted to weave threads of empathy and ethical consideration into the very fabric of technological advancement. This was the vision gifted to me, a sacred charge to inspire transformation, to ensure that divine love and human ingenuity walk together into the dawn of a new era. The wise figure enveloped me with an aura of serene gravity, as if every word to follow held the essence of ages. "Linda," the voice whispered through the very fibers of my being. "As the world advances, so must our consciousness widen to embrace the harmony forged between innovation and spirit." Each word felt like a seed, planting itself within the fertile ground of my awareness, ready to bloom into profound understanding. I could feel the weight of these teachings not as a burden, but as a necessary balance to wield the power of technology responsibly. The figure spoke of a delicate dance, where progress and mindfulness entwine, emphasizing that technology should serve as a steward of humanity and protector of the planet. "In your hands," it continued, "lies the ability to sculpt a future where compassion is encoded in every line of code." The scene shifted, revealing the consequences of imbalance, a world lured by the lustrous promises of unchecked technology, forgetting its soulful essence. I saw landscapes stripped of their vitality, societies fractured by disconnection, minds numbed by endless streams of information devoid of wisdom. The potential for great good was overshadowed by an insidious neglect of our deeper selves. Beware the seduction of convenience at the cost of conscience, the figure warned, its vision now tinged with urgency. I watched hearts hardened by isolation, communities clinging to the false security of sterile efficiency, rather than nurturing the bonds of love and empathy that truly sustain us. It was a call to remember that beneath every innovation lies the pulse of humanity, and it is this pulse that must guide our every endeavor. Even as I absorbed these lessons, a sense of hope washed over me, a promise that change was within reach. For in this celestial realm, the wisdom imparted was not an indictment, but an invitation to lead with intention. Align the path of progress with the virtues of the spirit, the figure urged, for it is in this alignment that true transformation is born. Images of a future yet to be born painted themselves vividly before me. A world where technological advancement went hand in hand with environmental stewardship, where the priority was not merely the acquisition of knowledge, but the cultivation of wisdom. The figure's presence radiated a final truth, one that could become a beacon for my journey ahead. It was a timeless reminder that in blending the disciplines of heart and mind, we unlock the potential to elevate not just ourselves, but all we touch with the power of our creations. And so, as the light around us began to recede, I felt an awakening within, a sacred trust to channel these lessons into action, to weave a tapestry where innovation blossoms in the garden of humanity's highest ideals. The vision before me faded, leaving behind a burning resolve that shimmered in the ambient light surrounding us. There was no turning back from this newfound understanding, a revelation demanding to be shared far and wide. The luminous figure seemed to echo my sentiments, reaffirming the urgency etched into the fibers of my soul. You must act upon what has been shown, the presence intoned, its voice a harmonious blend of authority and encouragement. It was a call to transcend the boundaries of introspection, to embrace advocacy with unwavering determination. In that celestial moment, I felt the weight of responsibility settle upon my shoulders, not as a burden, but as a beacon guiding my every step. The vision of technology as a conduit for compassion and unity must be woven into the reality of our world. I understood that my voice, amplified by the strength of conviction and clarity, could become a clarion call for responsible innovation. This journey has sown seeds of change within you, the figure continued, casting a warm, encouraging light upon my path. It is time for these seeds to flourish into a movement. Images of fellow entrepreneurs and innovators came to mind, individuals driven by passion much like my own. I saw their faces illuminated by the potential of what could be, a harmonious blend of technological prowess and ethical stewardship. This vision was not mine alone. It belonged to all who dare to dream of a world enriched by love and integrity. I was filled with an unwavering belief that these souls could be united, their collective energy forging a path to the transformation of industries across the globe. Challenge old paradigms, the presence urged, and engage others in this revolution of the soul. Cultivate a new understanding that marries advancement with accountability. There was an urgency like a drumbeat resonating in time with my heart, insisting that the future of humanity hinged upon this collective awakening. I knew that to fulfill this call to action, I must become a steward of change, advocating tirelessly for technology that uplifts and connects rather than divides. With newfound clarity, I envisioned the initiatives and alliances that would emerge, each one a testament to the possibility of intertwining ethical considerations with the fast-paced world of innovation. The figure's presence remained beside me, a steady source of reassurance and purpose. "Share your light," it whispered, "for it is this illumination that will guide others to the dawn of a new era." The radiance around me gradually dimmed, and like the soft specter of dawn, consciousness began to return. The embrace of that otherworldly light receded gently, leaving me standing at the threshold between realms. I felt an ethereal tether draw me back to the place where my journey began. The celestial figure's presence lingered, a quiet promise that I carried the wisdom of this profound encounter within me. As the warmth and brilliance faded, I felt a familiar rhythmic pulsing. My heart, once stilled, beat stronger than ever, and with it, the necessity to act upon all I had seen. Suddenly my awareness plunged into the tangible reality of flesh and bone. I became acutely conscious of the rough texture of hospital sheets under my fingertips, the solemn beeps of machines that harmonized with my vital signs. I opened my eyes to the astonished faces of my medical team, their eyes wide with disbelief and relief. Where there had been silence and stillness, there was now the symphony of life. Every breath a testimony of grace renewed. In those first moments, my mind raced back to the lessons learned, the purpose endowed. I felt lightness, an invigorating energy coursing through my veins, a stark contrast to the weakness I expected. Gratitude washed over me, alongside a reverent determination. I understood that this experience was an initiation, a catalyst to transform ephemeral dreams into tangible impact. As doctors murmured words of miracle and mystery, I sensed that the transformation had been more than physical. My spirit felt renewed, imbued with clarity and an insatiable urgency to forge paths illuminated by empathy and ethical stewardship. The profound encounter had imprinted its truths upon my soul, demanding a new trajectory for my life's work. A shift from ambition to purpose, from innovation for the sake of itself to a crusade of connectivity and compassion. A nurse's touch brought me fully into the present, her eyes full of astonishment tempered by awe. In that touch, I felt a connection to all who would become part of this journey, a link to those drawn by the beacon of change I was now destined to carry. I smiled, a tender reflection of the light still residing within my heart, ready to inspire and ignite. With determination, I embraced the second chance granted to me, resolved to infuse this new life with the boundless lessons of the realm beyond. The seeds of change were firmly planted, and I would nurture them with the wisdom shared by the divine synthesis of love and knowledge. Awakening in the hospital with the weight of divine revelation still fresh in my heart, I felt a profound shift. The world, in its familiar chaos and beauty, seemed different. Not because it had changed, but because I had. This experience was now my compass, guiding me toward a destiny charged with purpose and clarity. The boundaries between what I had perceived as separate entities, technology, spirituality, humanity, blurred into a tapestry woven with threads of potential and hope. I knew this journey had not merely been for my enlightenment. It transformed into a collective call to arms, a movement meant to ripple through the corridors of tech and beyond. With each passing day, I endeavored to merge the lessons imparted to me with the world's ceaseless rhythm, striving to inspire change through action, not just words. My near-death experience became a beacon, illuminating paths for those willing to tread them, urging others to consider the ethical implications nestled within the heart of each innovation. In sharing my story, I witnessed souls ignite, entrepreneurs, developers, leaders, drawn into this luminous vision for a future where technology embraced its role as humanity's ally, not its adversary. Conversations that once centered solely on profit and advancement began to include the language of responsibility and stewardship. I found allies in individuals who saw beyond the material, who longed for a legacy enriched by empathy and collective well-being. Each dialogue was a step toward a larger transformation, a merging of vision and action. As we began to shift paradigms, a new understanding took root. Entrepreneurs started weaving compassion into their business models, recognizing that technology could be a bridge to shared experiences and understanding. The essence of my celestial encounter resonated through these collective efforts, fostering a burgeoning alliance dedicated to mindful innovation. Yet I realized that this was only the beginning of an ongoing journey. For in the shadows of progress, challenges surely lurked, testing resolve and demanding vigilance. But equipped with insights from beyond the veil, I felt ready to face these trials, sustained by a deep knowing that our endeavors could blossom into a world where love and technology coexist in harmonious balance. And so, I embraced each day with renewed purpose, choosing to be part of this unfolding narrative, not merely as a participant, but as a guide, inspiring others to listen to the silent whispers of wisdom within their souls. My story, a testament to the power of intentional living, became a conduit, a channel through which we could all draw closer to the divine potential within and around us. As I continue to walk this path, I hold dear the memory of that radiant realm. I am reminded that here in the tangible world, we have the power to embody those ethereal truths. In all our pursuits, we must strive to honor the sanctity of life and the purity of intention. I carry that luminous presence within me, a reminder that technology, when aligned with spirit, can indeed become an eternal legacy of hope and healing for generations to come.